the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, called to order the regular meeting of the Downtown Development Authority, Wednesday, November 1st, 2017 at 7 p.m. Can we do a roll, Lisa?
Seidel?
Yes.
Humphries?
Yes.
Siglo?
Present.
Arnott? Chaika?
Here.
Hayes?
Yes.
Poznanski? Here. Kraft? Parker?
Yeah.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Public forum. We're all set with that.
Do you want to do Kelly's wrap up for that, or?
We can put it
No, I
under
thought we were
harvesting
gonna add
report.
it to
or-
the agenda.
Okay.
Well, that's
Yeah.
for something different. Right?
We do them both at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can just put that on with the funding request?
Yep.
Sure.
All right. Approval of agenda. We do need to make one change under funding requests. We do have a $250 advertising request from the Romeo Chamber of Commerce for the holiday open house. So we'll add that under the funding request line.
You need to add the trees too.
That is, what are we calling that?
Unfinished business.
Unfinished business, Lisa, or new business?
Well, because we would be adding to the parking to the bank.
Okay.
She said we did have 3. We had 1 in each of the alleyways last year. We
Okay.
didn't have any at the bank, so
Okay.
we would need to add those.
You're talking about which bank?
The First Merit Bank.
They're gonna let us do something over there?
I called and talked with the lady. Her name is Martha Hubble, and she said she's going to get me the approval. So any approval for trees there is going to be contingent upon them saying yes.
Okay.
So
New business?
Yep.
Alright, so we just need a motion to approve with those changes.
Make a motion.
We have a motion by Poznanski. Do we have a second?
I'll second. Go ahead.
Second by Seidel. All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, next we need an approval of the minutes for October 4th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Motion by Siglo. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Poznanski. All in favor? Alright, next we have Carol Humphreys with the treasurer's report. A lot of Harvest Day stuff.
We currently have in the bank $69,176.23. We have TIF revenue due of $176,248. To date, we've collected $12,033.69 in this year's tax revenue. We collected $67,901.50 in prior TIF revenues and $11,500 in delinquent taxes for a total of $91,435.19. We also collected $9,408.62 in Harvest Day Haunted Eve sponsorships and $461 in interest. There's a whole list here of checks that we wrote in October. Lisa's payroll, various checks to cover the Harvest Day expenses and the Haunted Eve expenses, and also then the revenue sharing check back to the village for last year's revenue that we just got. And so that all comes to $81,918.96. And I believe you were all given a summary of the Harvest Day event in your packet. if you want anything in particular. I have all the bills right here. But we ended up with, on this, the amount that we, it's the long paper, so we ended up, money coming out of, I'm sorry, money coming out of the DDA that wasn't covered by sponsors or others was $612.39 out of our $5,000 budget. So you did
Not
really
bad.
well on getting sponsorships, and the main thing is, well, we got $4,805 in sponsorships. It cost $7,941.91 to put on the event. So you would have lost $3,000. However, you received $4,603.62 from the Haunted Eve investigations, and our cost of that was $2,080. So we netted a profit of $2,500. So that's what
For both?
basically paid for Harvest Days.
For both events.
Right,
But even at that point, we still, even without that, we would have been under
under budget,
budgeted for Harvest Day as a whole.
even if we hadn't done it, yes.
Carol, just for case someone accidentally listens to this or watches the tape, that $176,000 also includes something like $70-some thousand we aren't actually gonna get because we give it back to the village, isn't that correct? And our income is more like $65,000 out of the
Actually, it's $61,820.
Right. So,
Once everything's washed through.
right, I mean, because it sounds like we're gonna have 120 some out of 130
Right,
some.
well, the
We
part of
really
that
don't.
100 and some thousand is our consent judgment,
I know.
that
Are we gonna
35,000.
take that off? Didn't I ask to take that off last year? And so it's gonna come off this year because it's
We've
not,
got 3 more years to get paid on it.
it's not happening.
You have to pay the 3 years.
It
It's
has
a
to
consent
happen.
judgment. Has to be
It's a
paid.
legal judgment, it has to happen.
You have to
can't
pay that
just
30.
not pay it.
That 11,500 we're talking about.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the $176,000
Right, I
or
mean, just,
something.
that's what my, it's just anyone listening to the tape does not understand
What we're
that there's
looking at.
about $80,000, which sounds like we're gonna get, but no, we don't get it.
It's not all our money.
It's, yeah, it's, this is something we've talked about many, many times, and
And we
just-
may get it, you never know.
hell might freeze over too. So we've moved on
Some
from that
point, we
discussion.
may have a nice project that comes
Did
up.
we need a
and
motion to accept the report as given, or?
You give me crud and, see, I haven't come in a while. You ain't pick on me. Anyway,
Kill.
we need approval for $81,918.96.
Make a motion.
Motion by Parker, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Chaika. Lisa, will you do a roll?
That's Parker,
Yeah.
Chaika,
Yes.
Humphries,
Yes.
Sigelow, Hayes,
Yes.
Poznanski,
Yes.
Seidel.
Yes.
I was gonna say no just because Parker said no one watches.
You're a vet, buddy.
All right, thanks, Carol.
problem.
Next, we have Lisa Hall with the director report.
Well, October was pretty much taken up by 2 haunted events and harvest days. A lot of hours, a lot of time, but I think it turned out really well, even though we did have the rain. A lot of kids at the library, the hot dog eating contest went over really well. We had a lot of help from a lot of people, which was really nice. Connolly's, I guess, did about 200 scarecrows. The balloon artists were busy, the face painters were busy. The magician and the ventriloquist, they did seem to be, you know, they had pretty good sized shows. I think a lot of people went to one end of town and didn't venture to the other because they were getting wet, but overall, I think it turned out pretty good. The food trucks seemed to be a hit. You know, the inflatables couldn't be put up, obviously, because of the rain. The
Well, that
dancers.
helped us make our,
Yeah, that would
That
help
helped us,
budget-wise
yeah.
too.
was
Yeah,
$2,000,
that-
right?
Yeah, that was,
Yes.
yeah, that was like $1,700, so yeah, that did help.
I'd have rather have had the people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, what I'm saying, if we would've got hit for that,
yeah, we still.
But we
would've-
still would have been under budget.
yeah, still would've been. But we have some stuff left for next year, so we don't have to buy quite as much. No, we don't have any donuts left.
Hey, the donuts actually went quite well.
They did, they
They
did.
go fast.
Yeah, they did. Both Haunted Eves went really well. They did. Everybody seemed to have fun. They really enjoyed themselves. Everybody, stayed around and did tours at the Masonic afterwards, and it worked out really good. I think it was a success. The candy that was left over in the bags, because we did get candy donated for the bags, I took it all back out of the bags because we don't want to keep it for a year, and I had the chamber hand it out for merchants, for the merchants. As Carol said, we spent $612 for Harvest Days. I think we did pretty good. And then I did the Art and Wine Walk, which was really, it was a nice event.
Yeah, they had beautiful weather.
They had fantastic weather. I wish it would have carried over to the next day. It would have been so nice.
I heard it was a good
You
turn.
never can,
was
Yeah,
never
the
fantastic.
can
streets were
tell.
packed between Tilson and the Art and Wine Walk. The streets were packed.
Right. Well,
I said before, our time to shine is the fall.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
We're still on the edge of a farming community, and it's a great time of year to.
Mm-hmm. It is. It really is. I know the Art and Wine Walk, within an hour, they started making couples take one book versus taking 2 books. So it worked out really well. A lot of people from out of town, so it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I was happy with it.
Good.
I think everybody ran out of wine too.
Yeah, the chamber went through 36 bottles. Yep. Yep.
All right. Great.
Deep.
Thanks, Lisa.
Yep.
Moving on, under funding requests, we've got the Romeo Washington Chamber of Commerce, which is requesting $250 for advertising expenses for the Merchant Open House that's coming up on the 2nd of December. So it looks like it's gonna cover, they're doing a window decorating contest, and that actually coincides with the banner reveal that we're gonna be talking about shortly here. It would be for printed material for promoting the event.
I'd make a motion to approve it. I like the way
I'll second.
the DDA and the Chamber of Commerce is working together again the way it should.
All right, we have a
I think Lisa
motion.
has a lot to do with that, and I'm happy with it.
Motion by President Siglo, second by Humphreys. Can we do a roll?
Yep. Siglo,
Yes.
Humphreys,
Yep.
Poznanski,
Yes.
Parker.
No.
No?
No.
Seidel,
Yes.
Chaika,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
motion carries.
Next, committee reports, we have Harvest Day report, which I know, Lisa, you covered a lot of that in your director report. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
No, just, well, I will add this, I've already started booking stuff for next year.
Perfect, we'll be
And
ahead of the
Marty's
game.
totally on board for another hot dog
Okay.
eating contest. She thought it was so much fun.
Mm-hmm, she
It
told me
really
she had a
was,
lot of
yeah.
fun, so, yeah.
Great turn, I mean, even considering the, we still had a lot of people show up.
I'd
Yeah.
say we had 150,
Volunteers
200.
from
Oh,
the
yeah.
board helping out in the morning to get
Oh,
everything
yeah.
going, which was great to have people out there because
Yeah.
it takes a lot. I mean, in that small amount of time, try to get as much done as possible, but
I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, and I was wrong about the ghost tour. That was,
I'll back you up on that.
I had no
way
idea
off
that it
on
was that big of a deal. That, not the Harvest Day one, but the one, there was one a couple weeks before that, right?
We,
Yeah,
we
I
I drove
were
by,
for.
I don't remember what time I drove by the Masonic Temple, but it was long before it was started, and they were lined up out the door. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I
This
never
is
would have guessed.
Me.
And,
Sandy
we
Gulf?
raised the price and they sold out just as
I know.
fast.
There was some,
That's crazy.
there was some people that were
There's a lot
determined
of
that,
locals though that weren't very happy
Really?
about that.
My daughter might be in it next year. She's been watching
Can we-
all
I mean,
those
can we-
ghost
Because
shows.
it
can we talk about-
outpriced our local people.
Well, can we talk about maybe doing something exclusive
That was a lot of the
for
comments I got online.
I know Megan did get that feedback. That's something where some of the people who live locally wanted to partake in it, and it got to a point where
Well, maybe we
everything was
can pick
sold
a
out.
weekend, it's a Romeo weekend.
Yeah,
And your license has to say Romeo, Washington, or
Can't do
Bruce.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Part of the
But even
goal is
doing
to
it-
bring people in from out of town.
But even
and
doing
have an
something
event
where-
that says,
Those events were advertised by the people who were basically putting on the event, so they have a much bigger reach.
Yeah.
hey, part of the game.
I would say just
But
have more of
we'd sell the tickets locally then.
Have more of them.
Why
Yeah.
don't you request from them to have X amount for Romeo next year?
It wasn't
Why don't
so
we
much
just sell
the
the
We'll
ticket?
have a
amount.
Romeo weekend.
Why don't we just sell the tickets
I
at
don't
the
think we
office
do that.
pub instead of selling them online, and then
It
I
was
think
more the
it-
price, that we raised the price and it outpriced the
Well,
people.
I mean,
It wasn't that, they
But the-
didn't even try to get
This
that
time the
because
price
they-
though
I would disagree
included
with
a
that.
dinner, so that was the
Was it
80?
difference.
It included dinner,
It included
Yeah.
dinner.
so, I mean, part of our goal is to get people from out of town, get some different $10 bills in town.
I know there was a
Yeah.
few names on that
That's the
list that were
game.
from like the Washington area.
As much as I hate it, I have to agree with
Right, I
Randy.
mean, that's the game, you're trying to,
I'm just saying, that's what our, people
It was a
said.
fundraiser.
it's a fundraiser,
It
you're trying to get
it
fresh
wasn't out
faces
there
that are
to-
gonna,
It wasn't a part of the PR. It was, no, a
It doesn't-
fundraiser.
then you're gonna come back
Still
the
was a
next
fun
time.
PR thing.
Doesn't
But
mean
at
we
the
can't
same time,
advertise more
it's
for
something
Romeo.
something to take into consideration and talk about next year. I mean, there's people who are here
Next year, here and now.
365
Have
days
another
out of the
one,
week, or out of the.
call her up, see if she wants to have one in, I don't care when,
I mean, I've
if
asked
it's
her
that
if
big of a
there's,
deal.
if there's a way she thought she could market it to just Romeo, and I think it would be hard, but, you know, I mean, the tickets are so limited. We might be able to sell
Yeah,
them.
we didn't even have
It-
100 each night.
No. You might be, we might be able to actually sell them, like if we didn't do them online, if they actually came into the office or they came into, you know, but that would be the only way we would really be able to do it, because you wouldn't want to put it online because
Yeah.
it would just blow up in
The
no
point is to
time.
sell it out.
The point is to sell it out.
You don't wanna be stuck with a.
People come in, have a good time, and then 2 weeks later, they're going, let's go back out to Romeo.
And I
I'll show you
heard
the
that.
houses that we saw, and we'll eat dinner at Ted's.
Or walk by the different stores
Exactly.
that,
That's, I mean, that's the end game.
And
Exactly.
I have
Because
to
Arts
admit,
Beats and Eats doesn't have a bunch of Rochester people in it.
no, I sat at the tables with these people while they were having dinner, and I asked them, are you having a good time? You know, and, yep, and saw, heard more than one person say, yeah, and I saw something in the store, I'm gonna come back to get it, this is a great little town, so it's,
It's a good problem to have.
it's a good problem to have, exactly.
So,
Exactly, good problem to have.
all right.
Way to close it.
Let's move on to unfinished business. We have the banner schedule revised. We got a printout in front of us here. Lisa, do you want to touch on that at all? The changes here?
I put the Peach Festival banners in here, and then down at the bottom, you're gonna notice that for November, we have the red and green season's greetings, all right? And then I also put the student storybook banners in there because that's why Amy is here to talk to us. And it's on our agenda, so, I'm excited about this. I think this will be great. So,
It's at the very
It's at the very bottom.
after the big or.
Student storybook
Mayor, give me
banners.
that one, Carol. Did you,
Is it a different one?
I got a different one, that's
Completely
why.
different.
how did I manage
Mine's
that one?
different.
How did I manage that?
Well, you missed
Well,
that
let me
much,
have
what do
that
you
one.
expect?
Now, let me have yours and I'll take
Well,
it.
she needs it.
She's
I
got
got
6 or 7.
I've got it on the computer. I don't.
Okay. I'm going like, oh, come on.
How did it
Pulling
not
pranks
print
on me
that?
now?
Okay, so
Something there.
basically our option is,
Well, it's,
Black and white.
this is what we have, and this is what we
Are being offered.
are gonna talk about, so
okay.
Give that to her.
whichever one we decide, the other one will just mix off the list.
All right.
You really don't have to vote on it until after you talk to Amy, and it's really not,
Well, that brings us to new business.
It's gonna
Yes.
happen.
All right, so under new business, we have the RCS student Christmas banners. We have Amy All here from the foundation. So, Amy, do you wanna?
I hope you're not voting on it. I hope this is a go because I just picked up 8,000 little pictures that are really cool. I think it was Carol that brought it up last year and said that your banners were outdated. So we went to town and have this going. But what we want to do, and we're paying for it all, we got sponsors, is all 90 poles in the village. But we know that Main Street has decorations on every other pole. So I went online and did a little search, and we found double set banner brackets, which could actually alleviate problems for Peach Festival and other events as well. When you have Peach Festival banners and whatever else banners, these go on either side. So it's one bracket, but poles shoot off either side. And they're actually $25 cheaper than the poles you guys bought.
Do our current poles still fit into them, or would we need all new poles?
It's a whole
too?
system, so it doesn't even
Okay.
matter. It all comes
Okay,
together.
Okay.
So Lisa and I are gonna meet on, so what we would do on Main Street is every other pole would have double banners. And then the rest in the village, down the side streets, the parks, whatever, would all, if you want doubles, we can do doubles, but would have just one banner hanging off the pole. And what we did was we picked 10 books, Christmas/winter theme, split it in half, gave 5 to the north end of the district, 5 to the south end of the district, and say the north end is Hampar and Amanda Moore. We took those 5 books, and each grade level got a book. So if kindergarten and Amanda Moore got the Polar Express, 5th grade in Hampar got the Polar Express, so that we have different illustrations of the same book. Then I picked them all up today. We're gonna choose the 90. Not sure how we're gonna do that. We might just throw them up in the air, and the ones that land, they're that good. These are awesome. You guys are gonna love them. Then I'm gonna take them to Christine. She's gonna scan them, make them into the banners, whole 9 yards. I don't know if you all saw the flyer that went out that we asked for $75 from businesses. I know you sent a check, Mr. Parker. We got like 12 businesses that came back with $75 donations, and we have 4 $1,000 sponsors. So we're gonna make these little passport books. After we pick the kids, we'll have a little 2-sentence blurb with their picture next to it. Put them all together in a little booklet with all the sponsors in the back. They'll be in all the stores, so anybody that comes to town can pick up a passport and be like, you know, little Jimmy's on pole number 15. Here's where it is. Let's, but they'll walk all through town. I think it's gonna bring a lot of people to Romeo for the Christmas season. I really do. I mean, the Office Pub was one. They were really excited. They sent in their money and said, we'll do whatever. So we're gonna team with the chamber that day. This is the second.
Well, we are, and we
December
met,
2nd.
we met, Lisa and I, and Amy, and Kelly, and some of the other merchants in town on Monday, and like the whole theme for, the open house that we discussed earlier, we're running with that same storybook theme. So
Right.
that's gonna spread throughout town, and kind of, we're all, the banner thing is just such a cool thing that the merchants kind of have this feeling of like, we need to, get on the same page with what you guys are doing, and I think it's going to be awesome.
Right.
We got, I'm not gonna say pushback, but I went to the town offices, and Mike Lee said the DDA's or the DPW is not gonna be happy, and I know I'm on camera, but
That
sorry,
would've
it's
been
your
my
job.
first.
Yeah, I don't care. You had me at hello.
Well, I can't put them up.
I was gonna say,
Well, we gotta,
if
what's
you
the
could get
cost
here
of the?
behind
Get
it,
on
right?
board to.
No, it
What's-
doesn't.
what's
We got the sponsors to pay for the brackets for the polls, so then those will be
There's no
on
cost.
all of
I'll
the
make a motion to
things.
approve the schedule
It's
of banner,
literally probably gonna take
student
them
storybook banners.
2 to 3
I mean,
days to
it's-
switch out all of those brackets. So that would be the village paying that money, but if the president tells them to do it.
We're already giving them $80,000 to do this type of stuff.
Yeah, I
I'm sure
just gave
there's
him a
no
check for
complaint about it.
$67,000.
So let me ask you this, can they override the decision that we make?
I mean, you're only gonna make me stronghold people on camera?
Yeah.
Well, I said I'd take them donuts and coffee.
No, I'm
Yeah,
asking,
we
I
brought
mean,
them
can,
pizza, we
you
brought them
know,
lunch when.
I,
parents
as,
tried a bunch
as huge as the
before.
banners have been,
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna,
right.
I mean, they know that
I
they're,
mean,
the guys know that they're a huge deal.
And then
when
once those brackets
gonna
are
say
up,
no
they
to
stay up,
kids?
right?
They-
There might be.
Yeah, the brackets stay at the main thing will be switching out the ones on Main Street with the doubles, but like I said, then at Peach Festival, when I know our banners were still up, I didn't even realize it until I was walking through town, and these people are like, see what this town does? And I'm like, oh, wow.
They're still there.
But I know some of the Lions were upset that the Peach Festival banners weren't up, so this way, those spring ones could stay up.
So
And the
poles,
Peach Festival could go on the other side, so
Yeah.
really it's a win-win.
It's a good
so you
solution.
can have
Yeah, you can
one
have one
solution.
banner and then
And
stick
one,
can't
poles
one
in
banner,
it.
one pole, two banners, two poles. You don't have to leave the pole up.
What's it actually cost to?
So they're not empty, they're just
For the
down.
banners?
The banners cost, well, for 90, it will probably cost us around $6,000.
There's a couple
Which
poles that I
is-
question though if they can do. We might have to.
There's a
think of that.
couple, but maybe maybe that can be the pole that the snowflake goes on. That's
Well,
why.
it can't stick out in the street.
They
Well,
don't
they're
already.
only,
I don't.
they're only this wide.
No, they already go towards the street side.
They go towards-
Yeah, they go to just stand there high enough
Then
up.
how's it gonna be
I
on
went
the
and
sidewalk
walked to
side as
see if
well?
it would be
Right.
in anybody's way either way, and
Yeah.
Yeah, just, that's what I was talking about before. That's actually a hell of a lot cheaper than the flowers.
By far.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
By
yeah,
far.
This is just nuts.
well, then our goal is because there's 6 grades, K through 5, and you had said those were worn out. So then in 5 years, we will redo it. So these will go up for 5 years. We'll redo it, and then as these kids graduate, they'll get their banner.
And then you gave the kids their banners in the spring, correct?
Yep,
So
they always get their banners back.
The
And
spring
then-
ones.
Yeah, because that's the whole high school art teacher does all that. That's her doing. So this we did in the classroom. We bought the schools the books. They read them to the kids in October. They were reading Christmas and winter stories. But then the kids all, we gave them, your snowman doesn't have to necessarily be white. It can be pink, blue, green, orange. We don't, make it bright, make it. So it should be really cool, I think.
I agree.
Do you intend to do the spring banners again?
Yes, she will.
Did
Yeah,
somebody
absolutely.
put a motion on the
I
table?
think,
to approve this?
Go
Yeah,
ahead, Bill.
Ted.
Ted did.
The money you collected, whatever thousands of dollars, went strictly for the brackets.
So $4,000,
Yeah.
the 4 major sponsors, yeah, they're for the brackets and the banners, to have
And
the
the
banners
banners.
printed, yeah.
Can we get a
It
sample
it
bracket?
would sure seem to me that
They,
there ought to be
I
some way
sent
we
this
should
to,
encourage this to happen
Who's
with
in the
new
DPW?
banners
Okay, Tim.
every year.
Tim,
yeah,
She's talking about these banners lasting for 5 years. I would think,
Well, I would imagine it's probably, is it the cost or just the idea of like going from kindergarten through
Yeah.
their
yeah.
Their whole-
And
their
we
whole
get
elementary
sponsors
school.
every year, we'll do it every year.
I think it'd be far more attractive to the community if every year the kids had something to aim for.
Just
Maybe I'm
like
saying this
the
poorly.
spring banners.
Yeah.
Just like the spring banners.
If they're up for it,
Well,
I
absolutely, and
I-
really, anybody we approach, I mean, they're
well,
like, yeah, we're
it can
in,
just grow from
mean, we're
here.
not,
so,
it's
I mean,
not
that's
that
just
much
gets-
money.
No.
no.
in this.
Well,
The-
if we could
especially for
if we get the
you and
baseline
Randy.
done now, then we can decide what we do next year, year after year after.
Yeah, and
I'm
we
just
can
It's up
do
to
it
you
every
guys
year.
at that
I wanna
point.
say,
I mean, the
personally,
brackets, I
I'm in
think,
favor
are
of getting new banners every year.
Yeah, but it's up to the
covered.
schools
The
and
brackets
it's
can
up.
be reused.
Well,
Yeah, I have no problem doing
Cover
that,
budget.
Right.
at all.
Covering it.
And
But if you
really-
don't
And
supply
I have
new
no
ones,
problem
then
paying
you
you a
put
check
all-
every year.
I appreciate that.
As long as I'm still here. And
they know
Ted,
when
bless his
it's gonna
heart, he'll do it
call
too,
and
because
when
I'll call Vicki and tell her.
No,
Well-
see, they were really excited. I mean, all the businesses are set, and we'll send that out again if they still want in. Like I said, we're gonna go through these this week, get them to the printer, because they all have to be scanned, digitized, changed.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
My point is, I still want, rather than the concept of running these for 5 years, I would think we should be doing this every year. with
And we
new
can,
banners.
and I mean, that's a great idea, and we could even, make it a theme, so like next year could be a Romeo Christmas, or, they can
Yeah.
say,
So
we can
come,
change it
come
anyway.
budget time,
I
we'll have to put that in the
right,
budget.
we'll have
Right,
to
I
take that
think
into
that's, it's
consideration.
important we do that,
And what
and
is the budget part for us?
Nothing for these. We
Well,
can-
if they, but if not every year, there's the sponsorship money, there's something that we
would
can
not be
step in and
adverse to
help out
putting
with.
$1,000 in there.
I'm just
As
asking
seed
what
money.
the budget.
I
We
agree
have
with you.
2,500 right now.
We have 2,500 in it, fine, so it's there to encourage us again for next year.
I think-
I got enough sponsors to
I'm
cover
trying
it,
to
so
vote
I
on
thought.
this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And getting the
Okay.
sponsors.
I'll shut up now.
Wait.
So,
Make a
Okay.
motion.
We have a
It's
motion.
rare that you talk.
we have a
I'm
motion from President
excited.
Siglo.
Yes.
Do we have a second?
No second.
Second by Seidel. And since we're not spending money,
It's-
all in favor? Aye.
I
Just
made it
a-
easy.
Just a little side note, what we're gonna call this event, the open house and the banner reveal, and, because we wanna do a banner reveal just like we did in the
Yeah.
spring. It's gonna be called A Storybook Christmas in a Storybook Village.
Perfect.
So
That's
that we
cool.
can we'd
So we
really,
will need to incur a little bit of cost, cause I'll print, all right, Amy, should I do the certificates again from the DDA, or are you guys gonna do something?
Well, I'm gonna give it to my board this week when we pick and we'll discuss,
Okay, let me know.
see what everybody wants to do, but, yeah, we'll get donuts or cookies and,
Don't worry.
well, you know, for the adults maybe.
And that's
Bless you.
December 2nd, correct?
December
Right,
2nd.
isn't that what you
yes.
guys said?
I think so,
And
yeah,
the
that's
chamber,
the
Kelly
open.
said she will leave, the chamber building will be open, Debbie will be there and I'll be there.
Okay.
The hours are gonna be from 10 in the morning till 8 at night for the merchants and for people to come down and,
Yeah, we'll
So-
pick a
Cause
time
I
to
liked
get,
getting the kids the certificates.
Yeah,
and
that
was a lot of fun.
Something they had while they didn't have their banner yet.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, hopefully the banners go up right after Thanksgiving, correct?
That's-
Then we
gonna
need
be
to
my goal,
approve
yeah.
something for you to do
It
that.
should be like, I don't know, even $50 or $100, it shouldn't be.
Well, and it might not even, if we have money left over, we'll
Okay,
go from there and we'll see.
we'll talk.
But I don't see, I think we'll be really good. It should bring 90 sets of parents and 180 sets of grandparents and aunts and uncles and Lord only knows who else. And
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job of that. I mean, the feedback on those banners is just unbelievable.
yeah, I think it's great. So I
Hats off to
appreciate
you
it. And
guys.
if I have a problem, I'll buy them all coffee and donuts. And
You're
Yeah, I will too.
estimating
We'll
the
get 'em some
impact in
pizza.
the,
Yeah,
in the number of people it brings because it's the neighbors and.
oh, I know, absolutely.
It's-
Yeah, I think it'll be great and all these little kid pictures. Because spring is high school all the way down. So these are literally.
The little
There's some
ones.
really cute pictures. There's some, like you gotta look like, we're gonna put the name of the book at the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some really
Just to
cute Polar
clarify.
Expresses, let me tell you. But yeah, so I'll get with you on Friday, then just text me
Okay,
and
yeah.
we'll do that.
nice. Let me know what time you wanna meet.
Thank you all for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Lisa Joseph, who came up
That's
with
it,
it
the
and
real
brought it
one
to us,
that
she's
they used
emailed me
in
a
the
couple
movie.
times to sit down and go over some
Really?
of the great
Yep.
ideas
Where
that she
at?
has. I mean,
It
All
runs
of them, I
from,
mean, at
we
that
could
point,
just keep going with different
we
things.
went,
Any
we
sort of
caught it in
committee is
Elmo,
covered.
and it went down to,
I mean, the
in
art
Alma,
history, everything
and it
we're
went down to
talking about
Owasso.
doing that we're
And
seeing
it actually
success with
is kept
art
in
collections.
Owasso.
You know, the banners, which is
Really?
all
I've heard
artwork
of
based.
anyway.
And they do a Polar Express
And
run,
flowers for a few years to
uh,
save some money.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Store it up.
All right, that takes care of the Christmas banners. Next, under new business, we have the tree decorating,
I didn't know that the actual.
which is in the packet. This was another thing that was brought up on Monday when we were talking about doing the banner reveal, the open house, and everything that's going on for Christmas. There's that big space at the old First Merit Bank in the front there that's just kind of left vacant. We don't have any decorations in there currently. Lisa and I kind of talked about contacting Cold Frame Farms and seeing what else we could put in there to kind of spruce it up. Lisa touched base with the realtor for the space, and the feedback you got was that we could do something, but
We have to have approval. It's gonna be contingent. There's a proposed closing for that building on December the 8th. It's gonna be based upon what the bank says and what the person who is purchasing
What's he gonna put there?
say. I don't know, they wouldn't tell me.
Christmas tree farm.
But if they say it's okay, we'd just like to get approval, you know, for however many trees you want, so not to exceed X amount of dollars, so we can have it ready before December the
This
2nd.
is walnut tree.
And they are gonna be Fraser firs, is what she texted me earlier today.
how many are they thinking of? At $4.75 a piece, how many?
I don't know if we'd want 2 or 3, or, because you're gonna have to put them on the grass area.
It's $4.75 decorated and up and.
$4.75 is decorated and up with their lights. They take care of them.
And remove.
They take them down. They do everything with them.
Where would that come out of the budget?
What if they,
Do we,
did they
isn't
cut
it,
the tree down, or is that a real tree? Ball?
Those are real trees.
How
They-
much
they
was
put
the
'em in-
winter holiday expense?
Okay, so we're renting.
Does anybody
We're not-
remember?
We're renting the, yeah, we're renting the trees.
I was gonna say, why
I
don't
haven't
we
written
raffle
the
them
check,
off?
so I don't,
well, it was for
The
3,
tree, end of the year.
it was for 3 years, I think,
Something to think
last
about.
year we voted on
It
it.
would be nice if they
I
had,
didn't go last year.
you know, if they were real trees, but I think they're cut Fraser firs, just like it would be for
Lisa?
Oh, I
Christmas
thought
trees.
they were gonna
Do you
maybe put
remember-
a ball and all.
No.
What the quote is for this year? What did we
For
pay
the
last?
Christmas, for
For
our,
the decorations,
it's
yeah.
11,700.
Well, then we have room.
Isn't that a 3-year?
That's a 3-year,
3-year?
11,007.
11,700.
Didn't we take them out in the first place to save money?
No, I think we relocated them. I think we originally had.
Got $800 available.
Isn't that
Used to be
11.7?
right
There's
next
3
to
trees
the
included
corner.
already, I believe. Isn't
Right,
it
and
there in the
last year,
alleys?
yeah, we had them in the alleys.
Right.
But
We used
there's
to have them
only,
in both places. I
we
thought.
only have 2 alleys.
There was one at the,
Parker Peyton, and then they put Bailey Street. Maybe.
They put one at,
There's, well, there's
they put one at
Starkweather?
Starkweather.
Oh, Starkweather,
Yeah.
okay.
we
Yeah, right.
and the one at the condos,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then
So
one at,
At Parker.
Yeah.
if
So,
we
I mean,
had
we could-
11.7 into the holiday greens and installation, and we budgeted 12.5,
We still have 800 left.
we can only get 1 tree.
Well, we
Well,
could,
plus you had 500
we
in
also
there
have our
for-
holiday lighting, 2,500, that
How
we
much
could
of-
add into
but How
that.
much of that was, have we,
None, we haven't
We
used
didn't
any of
burn through
it.
that with the fall.
I would really maybe say only
We-
one
we
anyway.
already
Probably
paid for
look
that.
Appropriate right
Yeah,
there in
but
the.
when we
at
paid
that
that
wall.
fall,
we're replacing
fall
some lights.
It's included in that 11,700.
I'm quite certain we have some motion out to do that.
for the Christmas lights or the
I thought it was a Christmas
fall?
lights.
I don't think we do anything for it. Aren't all the Christmas lights?
But they
Like-
burn out, something burns out every year. I mean,
But I thought that was
you-
full
Well,
frame
we
that does
just-
every.
they go through them and we give them $500 and then they buy, right, isn't there like an
The
allowance in there
snowflake
for
and-
maintaining and cleaning up and fixing anything that's broke?
Last year,
$500?
last year we spent, I thought we gave them $1,000 to replace bulbs.
Right,
So we shouldn't, probably should, I don't think we should need any this year, because I think they.
you're gonna burn something out.
oh,
every
you're gonna
year.
get
There's a
something.
five,
Okay, so
something's
if I
like
subtract
five-
2,000 out, that's still,
11.7 with 500 in there for
$2,300.
maintenance issues, right?
Stuff wears out,
All the
period.
time.
And you have to have some every year reserved to do it, or you're gonna get, well, we bought these 6 years ago, and now we need to spend $10,000. It doesn't make sense. You
Those, we had to have taken those out of the box about 12 or 13 years ago.
well,
You better
we've
well
got
plan on
800 left
replacing.
in the current budget.
Mhm.
We could take $500 from the banner install, 'cause since we don't have to do that. So that'd be $1,300. That would cover 3 trees.
Perfect.
Or, now, we had
I mean,
3 in the
we're
alleyways
quite
last
covered.
year.
$1,300 for a rainy day and move on.
It wouldn't quite cover 3. I think we could get away with 2. I don't know if we can get away with 3.
Or do you wanna have them
Yeah, but
move
you
the
don't
ones?
deal with pairs, you're doing it in 3s.
You do 1 or 3.
Yeah,
You don't do
You
even
got,
numbers. It's
there's
just a
is there
decorating
a
little-
tree in
it's
the
a decorating
park?
thing.
I'll let you guys handle it.
Is there a tree in the park? I mean,
There's the tree that Parks and Rec does
Yeah,
every
permanent.
year
In the back.
So are these trees going by the bank, or are they going in the alley?
By the bank.
by the bank.
They
So-
already
so-
are gonna go
So
in
like
the
on the
alleys.
sidewalk?
These
So,
are,
huh?
They already are going in the alleys.
so
They
these are
stay
in
there. These
addition
are
to.
additional trees.
Okay,
We're
so
talking about.
next year, that this person that owns the bank, which is not gonna be a bank, it's gonna be something else,
Maybe.
they might put their own trees up.
Can't be.
It
Maybe.
will
Not
be
if we're,
something
not
else.
if we're putting them up.
I'm good
Period.
with 1.
That's what I'm saying. You might
And then
wanna
we can
wait.
see how that looks, and then next year we could budget if we thought we needed more.
Got the closing
Just
December
do the one.
16th.
I'm good with 1.
Why don't we do one at Bailey Street?
Why don't we
If we
just
got
let the
enough money
lights
for 2.
speak for themselves?
But that's-
Somebody
the
put a motion on
entrance.
the table so we can vote. Pick one. 1, 3, none.
None. I'll make a motion that we just not do it.
I'll s-
You can die for lack of support, doesn't it?
I'll second that motion.
Alright, we've got a motion by Parker, second by Seidel to,
Save
we
money.
are not
No, we're
approving.
not
Zero tree
We are
motion.
not approving the tree decorating in the former First Merit lot.
We're not approving
So
additional
yeses or
tree
no?
decorating.
That's
So the
correct.
answer is no.
All in favor? Do we do it? We don't need to do
No,
a
you don't
roll.
need to- Nope, you're not
No.
You're
spending it.
spending money.
We're
No,
not
we're not.
spending
We're
money.
not.
You're not
We're
spending
doing
money.
the opposite.
It's, still should be a roll call.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
we'll do
technically, it's a
we'll do
money
roll.
issue.
Parker,
I'm voting in favor of my motion to not spend the money, okay?
alright, I know what you're doing,
So
yeah,
yes.
Yes.
yeah. Seidel,
You gotta follow Bill's lead, yes. I would've voted no, without that description, thank you.
Cheka,
Yes.
I would go with the yes.
Hayes,
No.
Poznanski,
No.
Humphries,
No,
Tiebreaker.
Siglo.
Yes.
not do anything.
All right.
Yeah, just see how,
Motion
let's just
to
see how
not
it goes.
purchase trees.
I think we're
Right.
good. I think we're good right now the way we are.
We got one in every alley.
We're gonna have a lot of
Not that only it's a
banners.
good idea.
We've got a
it's
lot of
just-
stuff up.
Yeah.
For the same price, can the MRP buy the tree for Bailey Street?
Talk to
Problem.
Coltrane,
I
I'm
can-
sure.
yeah, I'm-
Talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put our money up for
We need
that.
to move on.
All right. Next, we have board member comments. Ted?
Get it at the end, because of brain
All right, we'll come back to you. Bill?
I'm very pleased about the banners. Moving on.
Maggie?
Well said, thank you.
Carol?
I think that Harvest Day was a great event. We should give Lisa a big round of applause.
Absolutely.
I know how hard it is to put on that event, and her and Megan did a great job in getting everything organized. Next year, hopefully, they won't have the rain gods.
Cost me $3 for a rain poncho.
No. See, that was another money well spent. in the
I'm
rain
just
god.
glad your son-in-law was there to help huff those platforms up the. Bob Hart and I were getting them up there, and then he would, David,
Yeah.
he would help get them up into the Masonic.
Ted and I struggled getting those
You
out.
guys stuck it in?
Holy crap, those were heavy.
I wanna say, why don't they just put a piece of plywood down?
Oh, for a ramp?
No.
No, for
Oh,
the stage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Zach, I'm going, I've done some silly stuff, this is a little backwards.
I think we make sure if if anybody comes next year, they bring their own stage.
Or we need a ramp going into the Masonic Temple that we can get in and
There
out.
might be one in the
Okay, they're on
back.
stage,
There's
right?
one around.
All right,
I
sorry.
don't think there's a lot of them next
President
year. No,
Siglo?
not at all.
I'll just agree with Carol. That was a great day.
We need a bigger dance floor.
Just sorry that it rained. Hopefully, I know it's a lot of work for the two girls. I hope that maybe Carol can come back and help out a little bit next year.
Oh, I helped this year a lot.
It shows in the sponsorships. We get a lot of sponsorships this year. Lisa?
Thank you, everybody, for all your help with Harvest Days. I really appreciate it.
Nice to have
Ted, we're coming back to you.
Probably was talking about Harvest.
Harvest Day was great, even with the weather. Thanks for everybody who helped out, and everybody who came out. Hopefully
Arts and Wine Walk was awesome. There were a lot of.
we're making
a lot
good
of
progress. We have a motion by Parker to adjourn,
Second.
second by Seidel. All in favor?
Aye.
Good night.